short because I know there are more interesting speakers really on stage. Thank you for coming. It's our second edition of our AI Summit. We doubled the number of people this year, and I think we could probably 4x it if we wanted. So that shows the success of our first one that we put together, and I'm very proud of this one because the team was very focused on making sure that this is a conference from builders to builders, right? So people that are building in this space and listening from other builders in this space. So I'm very proud of the lineup that we put together. Also especially proud that the SWOT team was able to put all of this together as a side job while they focus on building the cool stuff that they are building as well. So thank you for coming. I will make it short. This is going to be a beautiful day, hopefully super insightful. And before I introduce our lovely guest speaker, I will just ask you to really give a big round of applause to the amazing SWOT team that worked tirelessly to put it together. Now, without further ado, I would like to invite Gonçalo Matias, our Minister of State Reform. If you want to be cool, it's really our Dodge Minister. And I would like for him to give a few words. Thank you. Gonçalo.
Well, good morning everyone. Welcome to Portugal, welcome to Porto. It's a great pleasure to be here. Thank you, Virgílio, for your words. And first of all, Virgílio won yesterday the Entrepreneur Award by UI, so please, a big round of applause for Virgílio. We are all proud of you. Portugal is proud of you. You are one of the Portuguese that is leading a great company, is bringing Portugal to the world. So thank you so much on behalf of the Portuguese government and of Portugal. And Virgílio, of course, very provocative as always, calls me the Dodge. And what I want to tell you is, well, first of all, unfortunately, I don't have the companies of Elon Musk, so that's my problem. But fortunately, I'm longer in the government than Elon Musk, and I'll do more than he did. So that you can count on. We are really reforming the state. It's a great pleasure to be here at the SWOT AI Summit. A full day of technology and thinking about and discussing very important issues. And what I want to assure to you, and some of you are Portuguese, but some of you are coming from around the world, is that our government is really focused on building a simpler, more digital and a more trusted state. We understand Portugal has unparalleled opportunities right now, and I'll be talking about those over this speech. But we also acknowledge that we have problems, and I don't want to escape that. So we do have problems, we do have bureaucracy, as any state in the world, but we have to recognize that in Portugal, SWOT knows that, we've been talking about that, but our commitment is very firm to simplify and digitalize our state. So that is in the core of this government, of this program. That's what we want to do. We want a simpler, more trusted, more agile state that can serve companies and citizens and put citizens and companies in the center of our public action. And that is really a shift in the mindset. In many countries in the world, I would admit, but I'm concerned about Portugal, and that's definitely a shift in the mindset in Portugal, putting the citizens and companies in the center of public action. And so we declared war to bureaucracy, and I'm at your service as a soldier in this war against the bureaucracy. So fighting bureaucracy and making sure that we simplify all the complexity that we've created over the course of the last years. And let me reflect briefly on bureaucracy and why we got here. And I believe this reflection applies to Portugal, but applies to many other countries in the world, and you may resonate to these concerns. What I believe is that there's a problem of trust, right? There's a problem of trust. We don't trust each other. So over the course of the last years, we developed systems, bureaucracy, procedures, because we don't trust each other. And what we need is a new mindset where we trust each other, where we know that someone that is coming to invest, that is coming to move to another country, a digital nomad. So many of you are moving to Portugal. Everybody's coming because you want to be successful. You want success for yourselves. You want success to your families. So we need to trust each other. And those who break the law, then they have to be punished, of course. But that's what happens in the rule of law state. That's what happens in a democracy. So we need to trust each other, let each other develop their own businesses and projects, and then reduce bureaucracy. And that's very important. Now, let me move to what brings us here, which is technology and AI. Technology and AI are critical, are crucial to this project, because we can use technology and AI to enforce trust, to make a state and a company ecosystem more agile, more closer to citizens. So technology can be a huge booster to these objectives. Of course, and let me be very clear about this, we cannot use technology in old-fashioned procedures. That doesn't make sense. So that's why our strategy is simplify and digitalize. We need to first simplify and then digitalize. Because if we digitalize what is old-fashioned, what doesn't work, then we are adding another layer of complexity. A digital complexity, but another layer of bureaucracy. And that doesn't make sense at all. So we have to first simplify procedures, redesign procedures, and that's exactly what we are doing. We are looking at every department of the state, especially those with a closer relation to citizens. Healthcare is a good example, but also other areas, licensing. And first simplify these procedures, then use technology to speed up, and AI, of course, to speed up. And of course, eliminate any entity that doesn't make sense, and that's my dodge part. Eliminate any entity that doesn't make sense. Merge entities that can be merged, and of course, reduce any unnecessary forms, procedures, laws that are causing troubles to our businesses and development, and they don't really make sense. So AI is a tool that can help public services become faster, smarter, and more efficient. But of course, we must recognize that artificial intelligence brings a structural and not mere technological transformation to the functioning of the state. So we have to assume, with courage, of course we are going to be criticized. I have been criticized over this week for my speech. I don't regret it. I will do it again. I'm doing it again today. I'm actually saying the same thing. Portugal has an incredible opportunity here. The world has an incredible opportunity, but Portugal has an incredible opportunity for using AI in public administration, in private businesses, in several areas across our society. But let me mention briefly public administration. So AI can speed up tremendously any decision in public administration. For example, licensing. And we are now revising major codes in Portugal, public procurement, civil administrative procedure, licensing procedures. We are revising all that, also having in mind AI. Why? Because these decisions used to take several years. And those in this room
we in this room, we know that. They could take several years to license a factory, to license a house, whatever. And why was that? Because they were very complex. Because public entities needed a lot of time to think about the best public interest. No! They would take several years because of documentation, gathering documentation, piling documentation, carrying papers from one side to the other. Now, and that took 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And then the final decision would take 1 day, 2 days. So what can we do? And you know that much better than I do. We can reduce 5 years into few hours. Because if we are talking about documents, and analyzing documents, that can be made in seconds. And then we reserve, and I'm not saying that we are replacing humans by AI. That's not the message. The message is, let's use human intelligence for what it is necessary, which is the final decision that takes in mind public interest, decision that takes in mind what is human. But let's use technology to do what it does best, to reduce time, to organize, to be smarter in that sense. And that's what we want to do, of course, and that we share with Sword Health completely.